are there any giant remains? Because, of course, biblical and Sumerian traditions, as well as some Meso and South American traditions of Indian tribes over here, indicate that these giants came down, of course, from heaven and interbred with humanity and sired very large offspring. There are, in fact, some rather astonishing giant remains. Even St. Augustine of Hippo, believe it or not, talks about some of these things. Possibly this planet was home to intelligent life of that sort. One of the texts I cite at great length in the book is the so-called exploits of Ninurta from the Sumerian. This is a very strange text if it's a mythological text, because what it consists of is rather like a very dry bureaucrat's report on the technology that was inventoried by the victors in this ancient war as they went in and took apart the technology of the vanquished party. It's rather like reading one of those American or British intelligence reports as they went inside of Nazi Germany at the end of World War II.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and this goes on for pages and pages, Henrik. You know, it's very, very dry reading. But it's interesting because what they're doing is they're taking a technological inventory. And again, this rings very true because the Allies did precisely the same thing at the end of World War II. We wanted to find out what technology the enemy had, why in some areas they were so advanced, you know, what made all of this work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And in some cases we destroyed that technology. In other cases we simply carted it home and continued working on it.
Yeah.
This is exactly what happens in the Sumerian text.
I mean, again, there are so many tablets that has been found throughout the years and so forth. But how did you go about, so to speak, kind of, you know, picking the good ones, so to speak? Or how, rather, my question is, how much information actually is out there and how much is available?
There is a lot available and a lot that has been translated, but, you know, you ask a very good question, because my impression is, just from the research I did, is that no more than maybe 5 to 10% of it has been translated. The rest of it is still, there's such an enormous volume of it that has yet to be translated and released in a public fashion that, you know, and that, in a certain sense, that does raise some eyebrows of suspicion, too. I recall that when America and Britain went into Iraq in this debacle that continues to occur there,
unfortunately,
that one of the first things that was done was that notice was served to the French and Germans, you know, to get your archaeological teams out of there. And in digging through the reports on the Baghdad Museum looting, I discovered that the Germans were keeping the catalog of the things that they had unearthed for Saddam Hussein. So, you know, even that catalog is, as far as I've been able to trace thus far, is not really publicly available. So we don't know really what was taken during that looting, and to be frank with you, I'm a little suspicious that the supposed return of items that were looted, if they were in fact the same items. The whole affair just has a very, very bad ring to it, bad odor to it.
Could there be hints or suggestions among these artifacts on how to actually construct weaponry, and could there be things that, you know, today's more, I guess, esoteric / occult kind of researchers within the military are looking for?
Oh yes, definitely, I think so. One of the things I do in the Cosmic War is I explore in the Edfu Egyptian texts and in the Sumerian texts the motivations for that war. And one of the interesting things that comes out in those texts, Henrik, is that the motivation for the war is in part the possession of the technology to wage that war in the first place. The Sumerian texts in particular are full of references to what are called the Tablets of Destinies. And I know some of your listeners that are familiar with the works of Sitchin will recognize that term. Mm-hmm. These tablets, whatever they were, gave their possessors enormous, extraordinary power.
This is Billy Carson, and welcome to ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. This is a new streaming network with shows for the entire family. New cooking shows, workshops and lectures from around the world, incredible nature documentaries, science shows that will take you on a journey through the universe and then to wormholes and back down to the smallest quantum states of atoms. Watch Knowledge for Ascension episodes by speakers you know and love. Learn more about your avatar body and how to maximize yourself in the third dimension. Explore your multidimensional self. Explore the nature of our reality. Could we be living in a fractal holographic matrix? And what does that mean for humanity? Delve deep into the mathematical codes that help to create our reality. Watch meditation and yoga videos designed to help you discover the true divine nature of your soul. Explore super ancient text, glyphs, and cuneiform tablets from around the world. Learn their hidden meanings. Tour megalithic structures and watch original, never-seen-before footage. Is there a ruling elite watching and ruling over humanity? Watch shows designed to elevate human consciousness. Tour the world with Billy Carson and discover amazing wonders. Do we have a secret space program? And if we do, who is behind it all? At ForbiddenKnowledge.tv, you get 3 days totally free. ForbiddenKnowledge.tv is enlightenment through entertainment.